To make connection between leaky pipe porous hose and say blue pipe here, which is stiff and pretty tough, you have to use a compression fitting instead of just a natural barbed fitting. This one's a compression adapter fitting. It comes in 3 parts. We have the black body, which has a thread in one end and an O-ring seal in the other. If you can just see that. And the 2 other parts are the blue locking ring, and inside it a little white conical split collet. Now we'll see how those assemble onto this piece of blue pipe. If we put the blue locking ring on first and then slip over the split collet, making sure it's the correct way round. Let 1 inch of the tubing just poke out a little, offer it up to the O-ring end, push it to the O-ring, push it and wiggle, and you'll find it slips past the O-ring to form a seal. Do up the blue ring and there's your connection. As you can see, it's easy enough to dismantle and reassemble over and over. So with that done, now we have a look at the other end, the barbed adapter end. Here we have a 12mm to 3/4 inch male adapter. We're going to put some PTFE tape, wrap it around the male thread in a clockwise direction, just like that. Then we can offer the 2 threads up and wind the 2 together. Now the PTFE tape will seal even though it doesn't have to be overly tight. We can then offer up the leaky pipe, a nice clean square cut, and there's your connection between blue pipe and leaky pipe, and it is a strong connection. You can disassemble, as we've seen already, take the blue pipe off and take those fittings off the blue and offer it up to 20mm black LDPE tube, like our soft supply tubing, and do the same connection because they're both metric pipes. So this is great. We can actually take away the straight connector and we can put in a T adapter instead. So if we had 2 leaky pipes that we wish to run from the compression connection, we can do just this. So one could go from here to its end plug 50 to 100 meters, and one could go from there to there 50 to 100 meters, depending on the porosity of the leaky pipe you're buying or choosing. The LP12H is up to 50 and the LP12L is up to 100. On this elbow connector, you'll see the same approach can be taken with the fittings being approached in exactly the same way. But the really neat thing is actually not only can we choose between the metric pipes, whether they're blue or black, or whether they're 20 or 25mm or upwards, we can use a straight barbed adapter for straight runs, or we can bring in the 2-way adapter to give 2 lengths of leaky pipe, clearly going away from the compression elbow. Now the really neat thing about compression elbows with this arrangement is that you can articulate the fitting to give you the connections for the leaky pipe regardless of how the supply tubing is presenting itself to the leaky pipe run. So it's quite handy really, and it also allows a certain amount of give within the fitting without breaking a seal, so that if there is settlement in years to come, everything still remains in good order. Now here we can see how we can just nick away leaky pipe from the barbed adapter. Do take care doing this. Don't want to drop your secateurs, do you? Oops. Anyway, nicked it, bend the fitting towards you. That is taking the fitting away. Nip off the damaged piece, and then of course you can then reconnect your leaky pipe to another barb there, onto the 12mm barb, and Bob's your uncle. You've got tram lines of leaky pipe or straight lines of leaky pipe going in opposite directions, and you can see there's loads of options there to settle your pipe work in any position you need it to achieve on your site. Well done if you've watched this video this far, because compression fittings, although more expensive than natural barbed fittings, in some situations they're very worthwhile.